talk to this particular one because I'm doing 3 segments. This is segment 1, then tomorrow will be a different one, and then the final one will be a wrap up of all of it the whole weekend. Okay? So, how many of you are brand new to being a road captain? Okay. How many of you have been a road captain for less than 5 years? Okay. How many of you have been a road captain for 7 or more years? About 6 or more. So what we're looking at is we're looking at road captains 5 and less. Is that correct? Okay. When you first became a road captain, did you go through a mentor program? Who would like to share with the group what your involvement with the American Legion Riders prior to being a road captain, before you got elected to be a road captain? Who would like to stand up and share
that? I came into the Riders and was pretty much a road captain. It's just the way it happened, small posts, things like that. And it was a lot, because you think it's a real easy job. But when you're riding with a bunch of people, number one, you got people that don't know how to ride. They think they know how to ride, and they want to try to tell you your job. It was tough to integrate into that. So it was very hard. I wish I would have waited, but the way it happened, it did not. It worked out. Thank God we're all still here. But it's a full-time job when you're riding. That's your job, to make sure that the group is safe. And it's hard to do that when you've got different people of different skill levels riding, when you're trying to push it out. You know, it's one thing riding with 2 or 3 people. My second year, we had 100 and something bikes on a run. That's a lot. You're getting broken, you're doing stuff, you're trying to tell them, don't block traffic. You know, we don't do those things. And it's just a lot, so, but it was tough. What are you laughing at? So, that's all I got to share today.
that? Which is pretty common. How many of us love to do group riding?
Small groups.
Yeah. I'm going to bring this into just a little bit of a personal thing. Do you like living? Do you love your family? Do you love your children, your people around you? When you get on an airplane, do you say to the pilot, "Hey, is this your first flight?"
I don't know that.
Why not? And we put our lives at risk every time we get on a group ride. Is that correct?
Yes.
Because there's some things that we can control, right? One thing that we can control at all times is how we ride. Okay? If you feel that a 2-second following distance is a little too tight, can you do a 3-second? Can you do a 5-second? Not on a group ride. Too big. All right? When you get on an interstate, because you went to the side road to get an interstate, and the road captain decides that he's going to do 85 miles an hour getting onto the interstate, are you going to do 85 miles an hour? Yes, you are, because you ride on the back of this bike. But the answer to it is no, you're not. You don't have to. You need helpful if you knew the experience of the rider in front of you. How about the rider behind you? Okay, just so we are. Okay, I'm not gonna read from the screen. I'm gonna let you participate into it. And I got me a new fancy little mouse thing here. Would somebody hit the first couple? Read them out. Objective of this course, what is it?
Active ride defining roles of individual responsibilities, communication, safety procedures.
Hey, stop. Somebody else read the next two.
Methods of lane safety passing and having accidents. Oh, handling accidents. And personal protective equipment and group riding.
Are all those things responsible? Are those things all important?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Individual responsibilities. Do we agree on that?
Yes.
What about safety equipment, PPE? We agree with that? I know we all ride with helmets on, is that correct?
Yes. Depends on what I'm riding for.
You don't? No. Please don't lie to me.
No.
Is that your personal decision?
Yes.
Is it your matter of risk?
Yes.
Yes.
Do I care if you ride with a helmet on?
Yes.
Absolutely not. I don't.
But I do, because I'm the one that may have to clean up the mess that you make on the road. So therefore, we require people to wear helmets in all our rides.
Beautiful. I love that answer. That's a better answer than I was going to give. Because what my answer was going to be was, what I care for is your family members that you're leaving behind. I like your answer
I
better.
don't know them, I know you.
You know me, because you're on the scene, is that correct? Great. How about drinking and medicine? Let's talk about medicine first. How many of you part of that 14 pills a day?
I take 12.
Okay, how about is that true though? Is there a lot of people that do it? Yeah. Do you know if you're in that 12 or 10 or 6, do you know how that medicine's going to affect you when you've done 12 hours worth of riding?
You should.
You should, but you don't, all right, because of fatigue. You say, Ted, I don't do 12 hours worth of riding, that's insane. How many group rides have we done? We've been up at 6 a.m. in the morning. We do the stand up, then we do the ride, then we do the dinner at 6:30. By the time we get to the hotel, it's 7:30, and now we're crawling in bed, or we're sitting by the pool doing a little, I don't know, whatever.
Relaxation.
Yeah, then it's 11 o'clock and we're back up at 6, right? We got the project, we got the ride coming up in August, is that correct? Yeah. If your road captain is dragging you and keeping you out at 10 o'clock at night, you may want to think about leaving the group at 5 and going to the hotel. Because day 1 is pretty cool. Day 2 is Wednesday, you're dragging. Wednesday, you're dragging. Your legs are getting tired. Heck, I'm not 22 years old anymore, am I? How about drinking and riding? How about drinking and after the party, after the ride? Is that a good thing?
Better than drinking and riding.
Better than drinking at night, as long as you don't get up, as long as you don't go to bed at 3 a.m. in the morning, and then get up at 6:30, right? How about speed? Speed of travel. What's the deal with that, folks?
Obey the laws.
Say it again.
Obey the laws.
If you're having a road captain, you're having to do 80, 90 miles an hour to catch up to the group, do you think you're going a little too fast?
Yes.
Do you think you're endangering your loved one sitting behind you?
Yes.
Are you thinking that you're endangering your fellow rider?
Yes.
Especially if you have riders pulling a trailer behind you and rolls up on your side and starts yelling at you to speed up, to catch up to the group, that you're already doing 75 miles an hour and they want me to do trailer and you're up on my left-hand side yelling at me? How insane is that?
Not very, that's why you know where you're going.
Right. What should you do?
Right in your own ability.
Ride your own building. And if it's too dangerous, what can I do?
Well, make it go around.
Okay. Passing, is passing important? Yeah. So we're gonna pass correctly, right? How many times have you seen people, we go to pass, and then the one person decides that he's gonna be, or Ryan's gonna be the number one person, pulls in front of the car and it slows down. So everybody else can get in front of them.
Not a good idea.
Why is that not a good idea?
You're gonna piss off that guy in that four-wheeler and he's gonna be right up on your ass.
That's right. How about a tractor trailer?
They can't stop
You
you.
can't hardly see
Yeah,
you.
but how many have we seen this?
Right, if you're right in his nose, you can't see you.
Quite obviously, the rider who cut the tractor trailer off doesn't realize that because the driver in the truck doesn't know where he just went. So now what is that tractor trailer doing? Stepping on the brakes. What's happened to his load? What's happening to his weight?
Shit, then, yes.
It's all shifting.
Right. So should we pass safely?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. What type of rides are we doing? How about chapter rides? Yeah? What type of chapter rides are we doing?
Fun runs.
Fun runs, good. What else? Yeah. How about poker runs? Are we doing them at the chapter? Are we picking other posts to go to? Are we doing 45-minute stops, an hour stops? Are we doing blow-in six-pack stop and head on out? No, talk to me. What are we doing?
We've been a hammer and six-pack that good on a blow in and blow out. God bless you.
We've actually, at Post 9, are trying to limit our times at stops because, number one, people get aggravated and they just won't leave. Number two, we've really got on people about having, if they're gonna drink, and we cannot stop them, one drink per stop, and that's the most. And so we try to get in and get out and continue on, so we're not sitting around giving them the opportunity to get in more trouble.
Okay. That's your poker run, and that's your chapter run. Is that correct?
Yes.
When we're doing a sanction ride,
No drinking.
No drink.
Done.
So you're done for the day.
if you want to have a drink, hey, bud, if you want to settle your nerves down, if you want to, it's good, man. I got no problem with that. Shoot, there's a lot of people that got to have a shot or two. But you're no longer part of the group ride. You know where we are, you know where we're going. You just step out and you do your thing and you catch up with us another day. Is that correct?
Yes.
But that also goes with fatigue too. Is that correct? Let's just say your stomach's hurting. You know where your hotel is. Is it a comfortable ride where you're sick? No, but you're not sick enough to cancel the whole week ride. Is that correct? Right. Okay. Hey, you've heard of these type of rides, right? What's a national ride? Quick, tell me what a national ride is. How many of you went on that last legacy ride? How many of you will, let's do this. Let's do this. All of you who went on the legacy ride last year, please stand up. Please stand up. Stand up. Okay? How many of you will go on a legacy ride again?
Never.
Do I need to say anything more? How about the state? Let's do this again now. I'm just making this stuff up, okay? So we're flying along. Let's do the State Department sanction rides, right? How many of you been on Project Deckley, the suicide prevention? Come on, stand up. Come on. Okay. Now, how many of you will do it again?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
Absolutely.
Absolutely?
As long as you're not leading, that's right.
Okay. Back down. Okay, now, I'm gonna put two riders on the hook here now. Why did you sit down?
Because you're riding with other groups that think you know how to ride, they don't ride the same way that you do. And it's like white knuckle riding rather than comfortable riding.
Okay, so, and I'm not trying to get personal now, but how long have you been doing group rides?
About 8 years.
8 years, okay. So, the group that you were riding with, you felt uncomfortable, is that correct?
Right.
Okay. What did you do to compensate that? How did you just tough it out for 7 days and you just did it?
When we stopped or when we were good, I would switch positions to get close to my own chapter.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because that makes you feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
That means you a better rider, right? Because now you're more relaxed, you're doing the 360, you're doing the whole review, right? And your distance is comfortable, right? Okay, good. Yes, sir, you sat down, but why did you not want to do it another one?
I made a mistake, I said no.
Okay. Okay, so we already talked about the chapter, we talked about the post, we talked about the family, right? And we talked about the special fundraisers, right? Who's in charge?
Yourself.
Yourself.
Okay, but this is a bigger question. Who's in charge?
Road captain.
Okay, this is a bigger question. Who's in charge? Let's find out.
Or Jesus.
Who's the organizer? Who's organizing this ride? From you all sitting down from that legacy ride, I think we need new organizers. Huh? Yeah. Do we need to have organizers who ride?
Yeah.
Do we need to have organizers who have ridden?
Yeah.
Do we need to have organizers that understand what it's like to have 100, 200, 500 riders?
Yes.
Do we? We absolutely do. Because making a last minute change in location of starting and stopping on a day, does it affect a lot of people?
Yes.
Does it affect a lot of rooms? Does it affect a lot of timing? Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Road captain. When you're a road captain, who's in charge of your group, your flight?
Okay. You.
Very good. Okay. Who is his assistant? Who is another assistant?
Dave Johnson.
Do all of them have the same power?
No.
The answer is maybe. And it comes to safety. Now, safety and a rider's ability to ride, do they all have the same power?
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But who should the road mid captain and the tail gunner go to first? If you have a situation where a bike has become unsafe and you became aware of it, right, as a mid captain, or even as a rider, don't matter, but mid captain in a road safety, rider safety officer suite, should you confront that rider individually, or should you confront him with two? With two. Should you go in and say, your bike is unsafe, get out? Should you bring it to their attention? Right? Because maybe the rider just didn't realize that the tires have wore out on it. Right? Right? Yeah.
We have.
So by doing that, you give the rider the opportunity to peel off and go get a tire change and you get back into the group. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not as thin as I used to be. Can I call up underneath my bike all the time? May pick up a nail. But you as a mid captain and a safety officer, can you possibly see it? If you're trailing that rider, could you possibly see it? You call it out to the officers, and you say, hey, he picked up a nail. Or you walk up to the rider and say, rider, you picked up a nail. Right? Is that looking out for each other? Yeah, absolutely. Here we go. I got some videos.
It's the responsibility of the organizer to inform and prepare the group, to choose the lead rider and the sweep rider who brings up the rear, as well as to organize the route and control the group's activities while underway.
It's up to each rider to be familiar with the limits of their own skills and abilities and the capabilities of their own motorcycle. The time to learn basic skills and operation of a motorcycle is not during a group ride. Encourage new riders to complete formal rider training prior to a group ride. If you're taking a long trip, knowing the level of your own stamina is also important. Keep in mind, too, that motorcycles may handle differently when carrying extra weight, like luggage or a passenger.
Okay, I got these videos come from the MSF group riding. Are some of them are pretty basic? Yeah, they're pretty basic. But they're pretty good to refresh our memories a little bit. I have a bunch of these videos that goes along with this program. If you want that, because they got questionnaires, they got all sorts of great information, you can gladly have it, take it with you. I got plenty of them. Okay? So it's your decision if you would like to take it, okay? If you want me to come to your group or your chapter to do a group ride adventure program from MSF, just call me, let me know, and we'll go through that with the whole chapter, okay? Okay? You can pass them out. Anybody wants to pass them out? Okay, road captain. Somebody read the first two.
Free rides, a planned route, and organized stops. Daily safety meetings with all officers, part of the ride before and after each rider.
Why is it important for the road captain to do the planned route?
They know where you're going. in case you lose them.
They don't wind up on a dirt road.
Okay.
Or construction, things like that, roads closed, road conditions.
Okay. How about stops?
Make sure the stops are aware that you're coming.
Right.
And you
And they're
have,
open.
and you have to stop according to your right.
Say it again. Say it again.
You got to make a stop according to your rider. We all have riders that can't ride more than an hour, maybe 45 minutes. You got to stop. Let's say you got to go to the bathroom, whatever. So you've got to organize thinking about who is riding.
Also fuel.
Hey, let's capitalize on that just a little bit. If you do have riders that are 45-minute or an hour rider, are they a rider that needs to be on the project network? No.
That's $5. That's $5.
It's actually my company fund. But anyways, should they be on a project vet release 7-day-a-week ride? Absolutely not. It's too big of a ride for them. Short chapter ride, is that why we went through this? A poker run, is that a good ride for them? Yeah, absolutely. Stops, once again, why is it important for the stops?
One thing that to make sure the stop is planned is got the infrastructure to support the number of bikes you run. So, I mean, I've been on a ride where we had 30 bikes and a pickup fuel station has 4 pumps. That's not quite gonna work.
And you made your passenger walk 15 blocks to go to the bathroom, didn't you? I was on that ride. Okay, what's important with the daily safety meeting with officers on the ride? What's important about that? Rick?
Weather conditions,
Huh?
weather conditions.
Okay, weather, that's good. What's another one? Say it again.
Knowing who to watch out for.
Okay, good.
What are we watch for?
Okay,
make sure there's no detours or road work.
Oh, great, that's good, that's good. Can your mid-captain and your sweeper tell you how the group is riding?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of the first stop.
okay, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Because remember though, the first stop, everybody's trying to get the liquor out of their bodies, they're trying to get the joints working, they're trying to get the food digest, they're trying to get to the next bathroom because they ate the raw eggs or whatever. You know I'm telling the truth, right? You know I'm telling. But how about lunchtime? With lunchtime, things start settling down. Does the third day get better than the first day?
Get better on the second day.
Okay, great deal. Okay, so communication, that's the key thing. How about the pre-ride briefing each day to provide an update to the rider?
Absolutely.
Right. How long should it take? 30 minutes before what? How many of you had your big pre-ride and the road captain's over here yelling out at 250 riders, and you know you have the all-intelligent, all-smart, all-seasoned rider in the back with his buddy talking BS, chatting about this, chatting about that. Did you see Susie last night? She licked up off her head. What is happening to all the riders around them?
They're not hearing the safety briefing.
Okay, so if you have a big group, how can you handle it? How would you handle it? If you had like 250 riders, you have your mid-captain and you have your sweep, how would you handle it?
Break it up.
Break it up into three groups. If you got 250 riders, let the sweep and let the mid captain take a section of the crew.
Great,
Just break it into smaller groups.
great. That's because you had the safety meeting with your officers, right? Right. So are we all on the same page?
Yeah.
Your mid-captain is riding with those riders that are around him, is that correct? Or her? Let's get this right. We want more women to ride with us, because every time we drive a car, they tell us how to drive, don't they? No. We're not going there. But is it important that we have mixed officers and mixed riders? Yeah, because we come from different experiences. Is that correct? All right, good deal. Good deal. Okay? En-route communication, is that what you were talking about? Talk to each other en route? Yeah?
Definitely, but like for a 250 ride, I would have at least 6 road captains.
Road captains or bid captains or safety sweeps?
They're all qualified as road captains.
They may be, may not be. Remember, you gotta look at experience.
My experience has been that they've all been road captains.
Good. Okay.
And I was an MSF instructor.
Yep.
So, whoever's the sweep should be a road captain. They should have the same experience level, same knowledge, same skill level. So I say at least 6 for that group size. I would say at least 6. Actually, it'd be more than that because I break them up in no larger groups than 10.
Okay. That's cool. But you gotta remember something. As an MSF instructor, just like we both are, right? We don't necessarily always have that leisure or that pleasure or that ability to have the same experience going down the line. But should all our officers be in communication with each other?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're all on the same page.
Yes.
Does that sound just a little bit more realistic? Yeah, okay, good. Because what you're saying is correct.
We actually use comms too.
Comms. Tell us why we do comms.
So that we can talk to each other, back, middle, front. If something happens, if we get split it alike. Somebody goes down. anything like that. We're gonna communicate, say, hey, we're in the back, we just got split from you, and, we'll catch up at the next stop.
Okay?
And along with communications, as far as tank gear, make sure that all your suites, captains, mid captains, all have their, phone numbers. Because if you get out of range for some reason on the intercoms, you can at least call them on the phone and they'll pick up on most tank gears anyway.
Okay?
We use Zillow for that. It uses your telephone anyway, so you can put together a group so that your group can use Zillow with your headgear, and it talks through your phone to the other members of the group. So your road captains, your mid captains, your suites, everybody can be on the same channels at the same time.
Zillow?
It's called Zillow.
It's not brand specific, so you don't need to be aware.
And it works with iPhones, it works with Android phones, it doesn't care. It just uses your cell network. So if you got cell capability, you can still talk to each other, and it doesn't care if you're 50 miles apart.
Outstanding. I didn't know about that.
But it goes back to every rider there needs to learn to be responsible for themselves. They need to know their end destination. If we lose a rider along the way and they're safe, somebody needs gas, things happen. They need to know what their end destination is.
Okay?
And we're all on WhatsApp. So all our riders that ride with us, we can get online and text them. So it keeps up with everybody.
So what I'm hearing is, whatever communication that you're using, should you all be using the same?
Yes.
On that particular route?
Yes.
You need
Okay.
everybody to be able to talk to everybody.
Okay, so then we also need to be very aware that every rider who's on a group ride, it is their personal responsibility to know the next stop. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And preferably the route.
And, well, yeah, the whole thing, right? But at least the next stop. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Because can we get disoriented? Can we get separated at lights?
Yeah.
Can we? All the time. Is that correct? Does it happen? Yeah. In the state of Florida, can we block intersections?
No.
Come on.
Absolutely not.
Come on, why not?
It's the law.
Yeah, but why do we do it?
See?
Why do we do it?
Why would
Keep the group together.
We don't.
Okay?
Yeah, we don't do it. We don't.
Okay, we'll talk about that just a little bit. But do you understand? You understand that when you block an intersection and something horribly goes wrong, you personally are responsible. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, here's another thing. Does Morgan and Morgan, Fair and Fair, care about you?
No.
Just the cash.
Who do they care about?
Money.
Who's got the money? Who's running around? American Legion. No, American Legion's got the money. Because we are a program. We are the program of the American Legion, is that correct? We are a program. So if they call me up on the stand, which they will, but that's what my title is here, right? Road Captain, State Job, State Farm. And Morgan and Morgan brings their big teams on me, which is in their depositions, which that's what I do every day. And they say to me, Joe Snow blocked the intersection. Did you give him permission? No. Did you tell him not to do that? Yes. Is it part of your SOPs, your standing rules, that you do not allow blocking intersections?
Yes.
That is correct.
police block the road, but on the unity ride, we have riders block the road.
That's what it's
I understand.
And we do that to keep the group together and also for safety.
Exactly, like I said.
How is that for safety? No, I'm not challenging you. I'm just asking you, how is that for safety? And
Maybe
well,
not
think about it.
maybe not on unity ride, but there are times where, a road, like, let's talk about a roundabout. I hear you.
Yeah, I'm listening, I'm following you.
But you got all, you got cars coming in between the group, so block that for safety of the group, so the car doesn't get between the group and two cars.
Okay. I understand where you're coming from, and we're in a tough dilemma here, because we know what the rules are, and we know what reality is. Reality doesn't mirror the rules, does it?
No.
It does not. But you understand that when you've got two American Legion riders, let's just say 3, at a 6-lane intersection, 3 here, 3 going this way, 3 here, and 3 here, trying to block a 6-lane intersection, do you think that 21-year-old kid with a cell phone gives a damn about you?
No.
Do you think they're even paying attention?
No, you're right.
But wait. Let me finish.
I would.
Then the rider blows through the green light, because they have green light.
Right.
And your road blockers over here, not in front of them, and they run into the riders. What are you going to say then? I know. This is a tough conversation. This is a tough decision. But here's the solution. Instead of 250 bikes leaving at one time, like you were saying, you would have 6 or 7 road captains or whatever. How about let's do smaller flights? We're all going to the same destination, is that right? Would a smaller 15, 20 bike, 30, 25 maybe bike group flight be easier? Right? If you do a smaller flight, will that at least give the toilet seat a chance to cool down a little bit at your next stop? Right? Because what happens when our next stop, everybody's running to the bathroom and they got a line out the wall, right? Right. Would that be a more safer ride? Would that help the post and the bartenders?
Yes.
Would that help with the parking situation? Would that help with the food situation at lunch? Right? That goes back, who's organizing these rides? You see what I'm saying? And if you get involved with these planning of these rides, like with the Project Vector, because that's what they're doing now, they're planning the rides. If you're gonna do, I'm gonna do the Tallahassee ride. I'm getting with those road captains and I'm talking with them. And I'm asking them if I can help. Does that make it a better ride for me? A better group ride for us? Yes, it is, okay. Yes, sir.
The legacy ride
Yes, sir.
actually designates road guards. They light up the lights, put lights on, and they stop traffic. Who's responsible?
First, it would be the organizer, because not all states have the same rules as road blockers, are they? No. Some states allow it. As long as you went through certification or whatever, you can block intersections. A lot of states do not. It's the organizer who decided not to spend the money for SOs to escort the 2,000 or 1,500 or 1,000 riders. Why they didn't want to spend it, and why they didn't want to spend the money for the escort, they'd rather have spent it on other people. Whose safety is most important? Yours. I don't care about some IT guy flying down here to do a planned route. can we divide them up, smaller?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about running intersections, is that correct?
Yeah.
We talked about running lights? Yeah? We gotta be careful, right? Because the rider in front of you may decide to stop. Are you ready to stop? You gotta be ready, is that correct? Okay? Here we go. Following distance. Here's a question for you. Let's see who knows the answer. What is considered the minimum following distance between lines? 2? 2? Why is it 2?
Safe reaction time.
Safe reaction time, braking time for the bike. But if you don't feel comfortable with 2 seconds, you feel like your bike is too heavy to stop, you'll increase it to 3 to 4.
4 is a little dangerous, but we'll come up with that.
And it's still going to come down to the comfortability of the rider.
Very good.
You know, he may feel comfortable with 6 seconds, that's when you about to ask him to move to the back of the pack and get him out of the middle of the pack.
Correct. So if we're riding a staggered position, and I'm 2 seconds from the rider in front of me, does that allow this rider, if for something happens, can he slide or she slide across?
Yeah.
And get into the emergency lane or whatever safely? And can I roll off the throttle a little bit, give them that space, and then go on? Will it affect me? No. But that's ideal conditions, is that correct? Great answer. There we go. So that's it. That's your answer, 2 seconds. Minimum following distance. Okay. Somebody read that for me.
4 seconds, urgent time and distance to help you react properly to conditions.
Yes? No? Maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe. Why do you say maybe? But do we all agree that, or can we all agree that 4 seconds is for urgent time?
Yes.
Yes. Right. So, who has a radio on their bike? Yeah. How many of you, as you're riding, you decide to listen to WKRT radio and you're looking for it? Or did I guess I'll do
Now we're getting old.
So did we just eat up our 2 seconds? Yeah, because we're looking down here. How about that 4 seconds? Did we just eat that up? Yeah. Yeah. How about looking for that GPS next stop for the potty break? Right? Because your sweetheart in the back's going, gotta go. Great company. Now let's see what the answer is. You're right, 4 seconds. Urgent time and distance. Helps you what? Somebody read it?
Urgent time and distance help you respond properly to conditions, whether approaching an intersection, rounding a curve, or following another vehicle.
What's important, which you have to be careful with the 2 second and 4 second, let's just start saying you decide to ride 4 seconds, because that's what you feel comfortable with. Then the rider behind you now is 2 seconds, or maybe 3. And we're doing, well, let's do a math thing here. If I'm doing 60 miles an hour, how many feet per second am I traveling? Anybody know?
40. Give me a second. I'll make a calculator. I'll tell you.
Here, I'm a biker. Let's just keep it simple. 60 miles an hour, half of 6 is what? 3. 3 and 6 is what? 3 and 6 is what? 90 feet per second. This going real slow. 60 miles an hour. Half of 6 is what? 3. 3 and 6 is 90 feet per second. You see how that works? Is that quite a bit? It's a lot. Yeah. Reaction time is 1.5. Right? 1.5. By the time you reach out, right? Perception, reaction, 1.5. So at 60 miles an hour to come to a complete stop, you have gone 300 feet. Yeah. Oh, really? At 60 miles an hour. What happens when you jump up to 75 or 80 miles an hour?
Decreases.
Now, decrease. Does does the math work? No. You can get close, right? You do 80 miles, half of 8 is 40, 4 and 8 is what? It's a little bit more, because you have the momentum. You see what I'm saying? And your reaction time is still, but the braking is what affects. You see what I'm saying? So when we're trying to catch up to the group of riders that have sped away from us, and we're doing it 80 miles an hour or 90 miles an hour, how many feet is it going to take to stop once we realize that something happened? 487, if I remember the slide from MSF. That's a lot of distance in it. You're already on top of the rider, you're sliding down the road, yes, sir.
Another thing to remember, following distance, you're riding an ultra bike, and you have a smaller bike in front of you at 60 miles an hour. That smaller bike's going to stop a whole lot faster than you are. So you're going to really have to pay attention or increase your following speed or distance.
Okay.
I know because one of the runs, I was a victim to a larger bike.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up about the smaller bike. How about a three-wheeler? Yes, ma'am.
That's what I was about to say. The
Say it again.
the Can-Ams can stop like a car. Because they have car braking systems.
They have what?
Car braking systems in the front of the Can-Ams. And we've seen it happen at Reese. Somebody jammed their brakes at Reese, we had a rider go down within 3 blocks and pulling out of the parking lot.
And I want to give you a little tidbit of information about your Can-Am. Your Can-Am has 7 computers in it. Your Can-Am is so smart that if you try to take a corner and do like a little wheelie type deal, the bike will shut down. It will shut itself down and keep you on the ground. Did you realize that? Can-Am's real smart bike.
It's why the 3 wheels are in the back, because they brake differently and accelerate differently than 2 wheels.
Your Can-Am on your tires, if it sets one slipping, it will apply more brake on this one and let that one go. It's like the ABS system, much more intelligent. Yeah, your Can-Ams are really, really smart. Your other 2-wheelers, Harley Davidson, Indian, they're catching up and they're getting much better also. Okay? How many of you ride 3 wheels? Okay. How many of you ride in the LP1? Does everybody know what an LP1 lane is? Okay, we got a lane here. We're all facing this way. We got an LP1, which is to the left side. We got an LP2 in the center. We got an LP3, which is the white line. Okay? White line is LP3. Yellow line is LP1. You 3-wheelers, which line are you riding?
L1.
L1.
And the reason being is that, 1, I have a sidecar. 2, I can detect quicker someone being stupid from my left. But those coming out of the driveway, I'm in L1 or L3. I have a shorter distance to see that headlight versus the L1 position, which they can see further away.
Okay. So, and not to disagree with you, but you're really not a 3-wheeler, are you? You're a sidecar. Hold on. I get what you're saying, but I'm not heading that way. How many of you ride in 3 wheels? Okay. What lane position you ride? LP1, LP2, or LP3? Okay.
You
It's
ride
very
the
simple.
outside,
It's
inside,
very
or
simple.
center?
Are you riding the white line? Are you riding the yellow line? Are you riding right down the center?
Center.
The white line. The white line. I mean the yellow line. Okay, great. Okay. Another 3-wheeler. Anybody else? 3-wheelers?
We talking just right by ourselves?
I like center.
Wait, what?
Center.
Center.
I like this.
2.
Center.
2.
All 3-wheelers are riding center. Here's the reason why. Your front tire is in the center. This tire could be close to the white line. Could it be? Yeah. But your front wheel is not, right? No, because your tire would be on the oncoming lane, right? And if you were riding over here, your tire on the yellow line, where would your tire be?
Shoulder, the gravel.
How many times have you heard two-wheelers yell at bikes and say, you need to ride staggered formation? You can't. You can't ride, a trike can't ride staggered formation. They can ride a little bit closer to the white line, and they can ride a little closer to the yellow line. Is that correct? Yeah. You have Marley and Maria, who you all know. They've been riding together for so long. Do they ride side by side sometimes? Yes. She rides three-wheel, he rides two-wheel. Do they know what they're doing? Yes, they do. But is it safe to do that all the time? No. And they understand that. That's why they do staggered provision. Okay? So when you hear a two-wheeler yelling at a three-wheeler, you need to call them over and say, look, show me how they can do riding LP1, LP2. And they can't. Right? Does a three-wheeler stop quicker?
Yeah, you got brakes in the back.
Could be. Because how big a tires you got? How many discs do you have? Yeah. You got two here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
You say I just changed mine, there's 2 up front and 2 back.
Okay.
So you got 4.
Okay. You got 4, right? Yeah. How many's on a regular typical Harley? Or Indian? On Daytona bike? 2 in the front, 1 in the rear. And the rear is how much brake power? 30% or less. That's because of the drive changes. See what I'm saying? So that's why tendency a lot of times a three-wheeler is going to brake more quicker. You see what I'm saying? But straight, right?
I've had a car come right out there and it wasn't for the fact that it could go straight. I probably would have lost it.
You need to fire that out. You're gonna get rich today.
No, actually, we gotta move forward.
There's no perfect list of
Riding information.
Different situations call for different formations. But regardless of the formation you're using, smart defensive riding strategies still thrive. Larger groups should divide up into smaller, more manageable groups, ideally 5 to 7 riders. Formations can be tight or loose. The lead and sweep riders should be the most experienced motorcyclists of the group.
A good leader will set a pace that accommodates the skill levels of everyone in the group. In addition, each rider should periodically look in their rearview mirrors to check on the riders behind them, so the group can adjust its speed if any riders have dropped back.
Always keep a safe distance between riders. A good space cushion between riders gives each rider room to maneuver while maintaining a close formation. A good, tight, staggered formation takes up less space on the highway, is easier to see, and by protecting the lane, is less likely to be separated by other traffic.
A staggered formation is the best way to keep riders close and still maintain a respectable space cushion. The leader rides in the left third of the lane, while the next rider stays at least 1 second behind in the right third of the lane. The rest of the group follows this pattern. If your formation is correct, the third rider is 2 seconds behind the leader, but only 1 second behind the second rider. If there are trikes or sidecars in the group, then those machines should ride in the center of the lane and keep a 2 second following distance within the group to maintain their space cushion.
When you come to a section of road with more curves or less visibility or room on the shoulders, it's better to ride single file. This way, each rider can more freely use the entire lane and choose their own line through a turn. Also, use single file when entering and leaving the highway, at toll booths, on roads with bad surfaces, when entering a traffic circle or roundabout, or any other situation where more space cushion is needed.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Everything everything we just talked about? Yeah, can it be improved on? Absolutely. Hand signals, we agree on hand signals? It's legal, right?
Yeah.
How about turn signals? Why do a lot of road captains tell you not to use hand signals? Because they heard a police officer tell them one time, you should not use hand signals, you should use turn signals. That's because the police officer's trying to tell them not all riders are comfortable with taking their hands off the control. See what I'm saying? Is it okay to do both? Yeah. So whose bike is it? It's yours. Okay? Intersections. Are intersections a big deal? Yeah.
Making a left-hand turn at a protected intersection, tighten the formation to allow as many riders as possible to pass quickly through the intersection. However, riders should not move through side by side. Go single file, or in a tight staggered formation. Use the same procedure for right-hand turns. Don't forget to respect the rights of other road users.
In unprotected intersections that have no turn or signal, proceed with caution and in single file. Each rider should act as an individual, only making the turn when it is legal and safe. Making the turn safely is more important than the integrity of the group. And while waiting, remember to check your rearview mirrors, as other motorists may be expecting you to ride on as a group.
When riding in a group, be sure to respect the law and focus on safety. Walking an intersection is illegal without specific permission and an appropriate escort. It's also unsafe. The exception is certain celebration rides and parades. In these cases, riders should be given specific instructions on the route formation and the procedures to be used for moving through blocked intersections.
At two-way stop intersections where you're required to stop, move through the intersection only when it is safe and you have the right of way. Remember to respect other motorists.
The same is true for yield intersections. Be cautious and check for traffic before merging. Respect the law, other members of the group, and other road users. Safety and operating within the law take precedence over your formation. The formation can always be reestablished on the other side of the intersection.
Intersections are the area of highest risk for a motorcyclist. This is still true for the group despite the increased visibility. Approach all intersections with caution. When stopping in an intersection with a light, it may be appropriate to close up the formation, waiting for the green side by side. If you do, the rider on the left proceeds first, and the following riders reestablish the staggered formation and space cushion as they depart.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay? Does it also make sense? This is one of the most important parts. Does it make sense that when we're in a left-hand turn and there's double left-hand turn lanes, that we fill up both sides? If we can. Yes. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. And if you haven't done the ride, which you haven't because you're here, tomorrow we're, Wayne and Bobby are doing group rides. They're teaching this. And how they do it is when the group, both groups move, they allow the riders to weave in. You see what I'm saying? That makes it nice. Then you have to get off the mindset, well, I can only ride next to the rider I started with. Right? We're trying to get to an intersection. We're trying to get through all the bikes together. When we come to a stop or we come somewhere, can we go ahead and regroup if we would like to? Yeah. Yes. But the main thing is going through the intersection smoothly and effectively as we can. Is that correct? If the light does change on us, we have riders in the back, can we just continue on with the group and keep a nice steady speed like 40, maybe 45? Because remember, we're doing 50 miles an hour. How many feet per second are we traveling? You got
75.
75. So those other riders have to catch up to us. You see what I'm saying? So they have to catch up in time for our group. You see what I'm saying? That's why your lead captain should be about 45, third gear. That gives the next group a chance to catch up. If you cannot catch up, does it really matter? What's, right. What's your mid-captain doing? What's your mid-captain doing?
He's supposed to be picking you up.
He's supposed to be coming up, swinging up, and leading you on, is that correct? Does that make sense? This is where we come, and this is one of the most important parts of this whole segment, is I do this because it's very important, and a couple riders just recently said to me, Ted, I rode for years without a helmet. After this, I ride a helmet. I ride with a helmet. And one actually said they had a small spill, an incident, and when he hit the ground, his helmet got all scratched up. Real bad, had to buy another $400 helmet.
Oh, no.
But he's talking to me. Eyes are all in place, ears are all in place, and he still has his nice hair. Okay? Somebody read that.
Traumatic brain injury, why we're all here all the time, ADD.
Have that, right? All the gear, all the time. Here we go, we're talking about this first thing. Here we go.
Hey, Wieder mentees. Today, we're going to talk about how a traumatic brain injury could impact your life. And along the way, we'll dispel some popular myths surrounding helmet safety. Let's kickstart this game for me with a question. Did you know traumatic brain injury is the primary cause of rider death? Unfortunate, but true. TBI is something you've probably heard about, but still have questions about. TBI is a type of injury that changes the way your brain works, and not for the better. It's caused by an external force to the head and can impact your life in all kinds of ways, like making it difficult to use your motor skills to ride, play darts, or do just about anything you can do now. It can affect the 5 senses: taste, sight, touch, smell, sound, and even your emotions. The brain is fragile, very fragile. That's why it needs protection, especially when you ride. Here's some of the ways TBI can have a negative impact on your life. Cognitive function, impaired attention, trouble organizing your thoughts, impaired memory and amnesia causing you to forget, anniversaries, meetings, significant lifelong memories, everyday things like walking your dog. Motor functions, extremity weakness or poor hand, leg, or limb coordination and balance, difficulty performing simple and complex motor skills. Sensation, loss of hearing, vision, perception, or touch. Emotion, depression, anxiety, and aggression. Loss of impulse control, personality changes. Wearing a helmet when you ride can significantly reduce the risk of TBI. In fact, medical studies show that proper helmet use can reduce the risk of brain injury by 67% and death by 37%. For me, wearing a helmet is a no-brainer. Of course, I should be riding vigilantly and be safe, but if I ever have to drop my bike or someone else hits me, I know that wearing a helmet is the single best thing I can do to protect my brain from being injured. Ride safe, use your head, and wear a helmet. Why do some riders refuse to wear a helmet? Well, a lot of motorcyclists have heard a lot of myths, like helmets cause neck injury, block vision, or impair hearing. And that leads to a lot of confusion surrounding helmet safety. Let's tackle these myths one at a time. Medical studies show that wearing a helmet does not affect spinal cord and neck injuries. The truth is, helmets actually reduce neck injuries because they absorb the initial crushing impact, which lessens the traumatic force of the neck. In reality, all DOT-compliant helmets are required to allow at least 105 degrees of peripheral vision on each side. In most cases, this enables you to see as far as you would without a helmet. Face shields also help protect your vision from being compromised. So, you see, wearing a helmet can do a lot to improve your eyesight. Helmets do not impair your hearing. In fact, wearing a helmet reduces wind and engine noise without affecting your ability to hear traffic signs. You may even want to wear hearing protection under your helmet to help prevent damage to your ears from excessive or prolonged wind noise. Thanks for listening. And remember, use your head when you ride. Wear a helmet. See you next time.
Here we go. How many of you have been through my class before? Do you remember this one?
I think so.
I'll tell you a little story for those who want to stay afterwards. Here we go.
Named Kim Kaufman, originally from Wichita, Kansas. I have 2 other sisters. Kelly and I are in the middle, I'm a year older than she is. We was always the closest because we was the middle kid. She come off the bike like that, landed here, and then just went blam on the concrete. So it hit her here, and it shoved it back here, and it's like that shaking baby thing, you know, when you're slamming your brain back and forth. So about both sides, you know, a little trauma on both sides, you know, not just the one side, because you know, they were doing, I think, 40, 45 miles an hour. I remember, going down to, that was on a Sunday, and Wednesday they were taking apart her skull and her brain swell. I was in a motorcycle accident and I had a TBI, traumatic brain injury. It just broke my heart. She had to go through that.
As a trauma surgeon, I can fix almost anything, but I can't fix your brain. It's one of those things we have to tell families, this is going to be the hardest injury to recuperate from, because you're just going to have to watch, wait, and see.
My brain's not all the way out.
You're not knowing what's going on, but you're putting your family through a lifelong disability of restricting them now because they have to take full custody and care for you.
I go with the trauma doctor's appointments, of course I have to take her, but she feels like she can't express what she wants to say sometimes to the doctor, you know, stuff like that, so.
Some people require full-time care, they require specialty beds, they require rehab, they lose their jobs, they lose their resources for ability to earn an income. So basically you're starting off with, you know, as an adult, as an infant, complete care. And it's you know, it's a lot.
They don't know what's going on, you know, when they're going through that until they're able to come out of it, if they ever do come out of it, you know, and your family's one that suffers emotionally.
Brain injuries don't go away. You learn how to adapt around what you used to be able to do. I've ridden for so many years, I never thought it would happen to me. And I was very fortunate that I didn't believe in not wearing helmets. As a matter of fact, when I had my accident, I wore a full coverage helmet. And I hit Julington Creek Bridge and I broke it in half. I still got a smashed head, but I'm alive to tell about it. And if I didn't have the helmet on, I would not be here to tell you. Statistically, we see about 40% of riders who wear helmets, you know, survive as opposed to unhelmeted riders.
I bought a helmet, but I wore it at first, but it didn't work, because then people was, I got home one day, and I'm like, no, screw this, I'm not gonna do it.
You're basically handcuffing and leashing your family to your lifestyle because wearing the helmet was too hot. It was a little restricted, didn't like the chin strap.
Just because you wear a helmet doesn't mean you're not free to, you know, don't have that freedom. Freedom is just riding. If you lay up in the bed, you can't, you need somebody to help do everything to get you through the day. There's no freedom in that, for sure.
There are just times when you say, "Ah, the heck with it, I'm not going to do it." You know, it feels too good just to ride and get the hair, you know, around and just feel great, you know, wear a pair of sunglasses and be cool. Well, cool is one thing, but safe is another. You're certainly not safe if you're not wearing a helmet. We're not looking to scare a rider, we're looking to enhance the rider's ability, you know, if something were to occur, that they have the best ability for a good outcome. Mine happened a mile and a half from home, going to the food store to get some birdseed. You never know.
You have to have eyes in the back of your head, in the front of your head, the side of your head, and just that one thing you miss, just for that 1 second apparently, it'll change your life. It's just not worth it, really. To put yourself in that position and not wear a helmet. Not worth it for your family, not worth it for you.
Everybody needs to know that you need one on it. Cause, I didn't think I needed one. And they kept telling me I need one, but, I'm like, one shot. But, now I know fine.
This is a very tough video to watch. I watched it for probably about 10 years, 15 years, probably. Pretty tough video. And at my stage of my life now, what I just realized after I was preparing this presentation, because I do it every year new for each one of these, I said to myself, if something would happen to me, because I wasn't wearing a helmet, and my sweetheart had to take care of me, because I'm laying in bed like this young lady, who's paying the bills? Because now my salary is gone, because I can never do my job again, so I'm unemployed. And I know each one of you have a year's worth of savings in your checking account. Covering the bills, I understand that. But just think about this. You have to ride in a group. You have to ride individually. You have to ride that your life depends on it. Wear all the gear that you feel comfortable with. And if you choose not to wear a helmet, that's once again, I told you a long time ago, that's up to you. It's the ladder of risk. You're here, right? Your risk is up here, ain't it? Fast story, I did a Facebook search on her. This happened, like you said, 2014, somewhere around there. She kept her Facebook going until about 2017, and I've lost track of her. Her sister did become more functional. Praise the Lord. But has never been back on a bike, riding a bike. They did fundraisers for her and everything else. So I leave you with this, if anything. Please ride safe. Please ride safe and ride your own bike.
I'm here today for the work.
Okay?
In 2008, I got in my leg, 2005 leg strap on from work. Now, I lost about 10 hours that day that I can't remember. So, just I was being told I hit a deer. I ended up underneath the guardrail with the bike on top of it. Truck was stopped. And I hit my helmet, the back of the helmet, it really busted my helmet in half. And I was still, I knocked out, had concussion. Missed 4 months of work. But if I hadn't had that helmet on, I wouldn't have been here today.
And who took care of you for 4 months?
My wife.
So every day, your wife looked at you, laying there in the bed, saying, well, he wore a helmet, he's getting better, right? Praise the Lord.
Amen.
What if you had been in a situation like this, not knowing she was going to take care for the longest time? Is that a big impact?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, you want to say something?
Couple things. Number one, when you come off the bike, according to laws of physics, first thing that's gonna strike the ground at speed is your head. Out of 40 some odd years of riding, I've had the misfortune of being hit by cars a couple times. The first thing to hit has always been the helmet. If you wanna have a good demonstration to your riders as to how much money they want to put in a helmet, go down and buy a cheap poly, carbonate helmet, and get one of your older, fiberglass helmets, take a hammer in front of everybody, and smash them both on top. Then take a sawzall, cut them in half, and show them the difference in the impact to the foam on the inside of the helmet. And you'll see many people going back to a Kevlar or a fiberglass helmet because it reduces the impact from the outer shell to the inner shell drastically. Two, in Florida, if you have stacked motor insurance, uninsured or underinsured motorists on your car, you don't have to put it on your bike. Under Florida law, your uninsured staff insurance on your car covers you on your motorcycle. Really makes a difference on your medical bills. I'm not an insurance agent, but I was informed about that by an attorney, a personal injury attorney. I did that. My medical bills after the Seven Bridges run was over $80,000. The individual that hit me had insurance, but it only covered $20,000. Because I had stacked insurance, it covered the difference.
Okay, now I want to address two issues with this, not disagreeing with you. One, get your motorcycle policy, read it. Get your automobile policy, read it. Allstate, that's just the one that I have now. State Farm has done the same thing. They dovetailed the two policies together. They interlaced them together. Not all insurance companies do that. Geico doesn't necessarily do that all the time. So that's number one, because I am insurance. So check your policy. Please check your policy. And stacking is the best because you get more coverage. Beautiful. Secondly, there is a helmet law. Is that correct?
Correct.
Does everyone have to wear a helmet in the state of Florida? Yes. The law says, please, hold on a minute.
You're right.
Hold on. Everyone has to wear a helmet in the state of Florida. Can you exempt out of that?
Yeah.
Yes. If you carry how much insurance? Health. That's right. Anyone under 21?
Yes.
Has to wear a helmet. Is there a new statute that came in effect about a year and a half ago? It says if you're not geared up, can the insurance company, one, deny your coverage altogether? Good possibility. Or reduce it. Even if you're not at fault. I'm sitting here, minding my own business, listening to Bo Joe, having a good time. Car runs through the intersection, runs me over. Can my insurance company deny it if I'm not wearing all my gear?
Yes.
The person who ran me over, they had $20,000. Is that the best I'm going to get from them? Pretty much. Because quite obviously, if all they can afford is 20 grand, they don't have a whole lot, do they? And I can't take their house from them. If I take to garnish your salary, they're going to quit working. Is that right? So basically, I'm going to take the 20 grand and put it in my pocket and say, have a nice day. Put all the metal, right? Go ahead, we're getting.
Okay, I'll make it quick. I had an accident. Minor accident, it wasn't minor. But I was going very slow, 5 miles an hour, 6 miles. Behind her, we were pulling in a gas station. Slipped, it just rained.
You got the paint.
I hit the paint, went down, ended up shattering my tibia in 13 pieces, broke 11 ribs. It was a minor accident.
Minor.
But that helmet, I think, saved my life. The helmet was done. 5, 6 miles an hour, I fell into the ground. My head hit enough that I had to get a new helmet. And it saved my
Was
life.
that after she hit you with the hammer for throwing
Might have been.
All right, I kept you a little too long. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.